Hey guys, welcome to another edition of RIDER2 REEF. It is negative 18 degrees in Chicago. I hate this weather. I'm on my way to Mega Corals right now. I love this place. He used to be in Chicago. Now he's in one of the suburbs. He's on Facebook. Look up Mega Corals. I've been there before. He's got hundreds of corals, multiples of the same beautiful coral. If you want a hammer, he's got like 40 of them easily. Check out the video the first time. I can't remember which side. You'll see it up here in the card. The first time I was at Mega Corals, just beautiful. So I want to get, we'll see, maybe 3 coral softies. I want to get, for movement, it's going to be a zoanthid. And then for movement, I love a hammer. I think I may have given up on the anemones. We'll see. But hey, you know what? Another thing I wanted to tell you guys. If you, now this, I'm going to put a video clip here of my tank like 4 years ago or 5 years, whatever. I was looking at old videos. It got me a little depressed because the older crew, the fish that were in there, especially my fowlery tang, that's the blue with the orange. I miss that guy. That was my first expensive fish. Really pricey and very smart, smarter than the rest. I miss that guy. Anyway, my tank looked awesome. And it was clear, and I had a cheaper LED light on top of that 125 gallon tank. So now that I had the PAR meter, I still have the light. I put it on top of the tank and I measured the PAR to see how the PAR reading was when my corals were thriving. You know how the rule is kind of, you keep the PAR at about 100 reading on the sand bed. You know what the PAR reading is for those LEDs, that Phoenix LED strip? 45. So my corals at the bottom were 45, and the corals at the top, like my Duncans, the Duncan Monster was huge, it wouldn't stop growing, and had about 40 or 50 heads from one little head. And that was at like 55, maybe 60 PAR. So I've matched my night crew lights to be 45 to 60 at the top of the rock. And I think that's going to be the key for me. So when I had this PAR meter, everyone said 100 at the sand bed. So it was like 100 to 150, and my corals weren't doing good. So that video I did where I think I was killing my coral, actually I think I was killing my coral, I said in that video, because it was not enough light, so I jacked it up. I think maybe it was too much light. Anyway, lowering it is not only easier on the eyes. I removed some of the blues. I think the blues are now 25% max, and the whites are 15%. So it gives me 45 PAR on the sand bed. It's easier on the eyes. It looks just like the Phoenix. And my corals were growing and thriving like crazy. All right, you guys, I just got done shopping at Mega Corals. I spent more money than I expected, but I'm not surprised by that. You want quality, you're gonna pay for it. I got some really beautiful corals. I got some zoanthids. A colony. I got a colony on a larger rock about the size of a baseball. So that's going to be more money, right? As opposed to just like a few little heads. But I wanted something that was more established so I can see right away. And that's the reason why I spent a little more money. It's worth it to me. But had great conversation, a lot of knowledge. It was fun. It was awesome. So really, if you're in the northwest suburbs of Chicago or the Chicagoland area, totally worth the trip. Go check out Mega Corals. I'll put a link to this Facebook page. And just really, really great stuff. Prices are fine. Really healthy coral. Highly recommended. So I'm going to get these guys home, throw them in the tank after I give them a dip, and I'm excited. All right, guys, so I found the coral glue, got some dry rock. I love these pieces of dry rock. This is gonna be great. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna put on here. Maybe I'll put my zoanthid colony on this. This will be on the ground. I don't know. Because zoanthids, they spread like crazy over time. And I don't want it spreading to the rest of the rockscape. So maybe I'll just have the zoanthid garden here and, you know, work like that. Maybe on this, I'll have my hammer. I guess I'll just mount the hammer here. I'm gonna start dipping Revive Coral Cleaner. Remember, zoanthids are highly toxic. Paletoxins. You touch that and you put it anywhere near your mouth, it gets in your system, you're gonna have a really bad day for the rest of your life. It's like the most toxic toxin known to man and animals, of course. Wear gloves. You should wear glasses as well. So we're gonna put 4 capfuls of Revive in tank water. Put this guy in. I'm not gonna quarantine. I don't have to quarantine because I know his water is totally fine. Dip it or give it a bath. Live corals for at least a few minutes, up to 15 minutes. We'll do 5 minutes. Swish it around a little bit, let anything that might be on it fall off. But his corals are so clean. I'm just doing this just to do it. I really don't think there's gonna be any pests or anything on here. I'll do it for each of the coral. Then I'll cement them to the rock. Yeah, I'll put the zoanthids on this. I'll mount the rock to this. And then it'll get a beautiful orange over time, although I'd like to have the zoanthids a little higher, but it's a nice base rock. So I got the zoanthids that I'm gonna glue to this rock. These are the ones you gotta be careful with. That's why you wear gloves. So I'll do like this, a shelf like this, and I'll put it right there. And then once this is all done, I'll show you guys where I put the corals, okay?